In this tutorial of JavaScript, now we will discuss loops. Friends, loops are those in which we execute particular blocks of statements many times. For example, we can execute any statement 5 times, then 10 times, whatever times you want. So we just have to write our statement in a loop, and then we write number of times we want to repeat the statement, and rest of the things it do by its own. So there are various types of loops in JavaScript, and they are while loop, then we have do while loop, and after that we have for loop, and then we have for in loop. So these are 4 types of loops, and we're gonna discuss about them one by one. So first we will start with while loop. Okay, now let's see the syntax of while loop first. So a while loop says, first let's delete this. Okay, now so for while loop I will write variable I is equals to 0, and then I will write while, and then in brackets I will write the condition, and then we have parenthesis, and in between a parenthesis I will write statements to repeat again and again. Okay, and after that we also write here the increment and decrement also. So in between of these curly brackets we write all the statements that we want to repeat again and again. There is one must thing that you always have to mention, otherwise it will go to infinite loop. So you have to mention increment or decrement. This picture will be clear to you when you do an example on this while loop. So let's do that. In my script I will write variable I is equals to 0, then I will write while, and in condition I will give it one condition. So for suppose I write I is less than 5, and then in the curly brackets I want to write something that will repeat again and again. So I will write like document dot write, and in brackets I will write, in quotes I will write loop number, then I will write equals to, and then I will write plus, and then I will write I, and after it again I write I, then in the quotes I will write the BR tag, and then at the end I will write a semicolon, and after it I will write I plus plus, and then a semicolon. So what I did here, I declared a variable I and initialized its value with 0. Now in the next line, I declared a while loop, and the condition I passed as a parameter in while says to check whether the value of I is less than 5 or not. This always return boolean values. So boolean values means true or false. So if the condition is true, it will return true, else it will return false. So if we are getting true value in while, then loop will enter in the parenthesis, otherwise for false it will skip the loop. Now as the value of I is 0, which is less than 5, so we are gonna get true here as the loop will run. So the flow will come inside the while loop where it will execute the first statement. So we gonna get printed on screen loop number 0, then a break, as the value of I is 0. Now in second statement it says I plus plus, so it is an increment operator. So the value of I now increases by 1. Now we have the value of I to be 1. Now flow will again go to the while where it checks whether I is less than 5 or not. We get true again, and the flow will go inside and execute the statement value of I will 2 then. Same thing happens again and again, and the value of I keep on increasing, and a time comes when I will be 5. Now when it will try to check the condition where 5 is less than 5 or not, we get a false value. So while loop will terminate here and flow will not get inside the while loop and simply skips it. So that was the working of while loop. Now let's see what output we are getting with this script. Now you can see we have this script file, and now I will save this file and I go back to my browser and I refresh the page, and now you can see we are getting 5 times on the screen, and each line comes from each iteration of the loop. So we are getting loop number 0 here when value of I was 0. Then we have loop number 1, and then the value of I changes to 2, 3, 4, and then I becomes 5, but it does not satisfy the condition of while loop, so it terminates and we don't get anything on the screen. So that's all to know in while loop for now. And next in the queue we have do while loop, and that we cover in next video class. We see the difference in while and do while loop. We will see the syntax of do while loop working with an example on the screen, and all of this will be covered in the next video class. And thanks for watching.